What is going on, Z community? It's me, Azizz, and today we're going to be doing a review on Questrade. Some of the things that we're going to be looking at about Questrade are the pros and cons, the commission fees, different investments that you can buy, the different interfaces, and a lot more. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Now let's get started. The first pro about Questrade is that it is free to open and close accounts. This goes for registered accounts as well. When I talk about registered accounts, I'm just referring to TFSAs and RRSPs, and non-registered accounts are just accounts with no specific tax advantages. But just because it's free to open and close these accounts doesn't mean that you could just leave them hanging there. There's an inactivity fee that we're going to talk about when it comes down to the cons of Questrade. The second pro about Questrade is that it has the second lowest commission fees from all brokers in Canada. I know, I hate commissions too, but if you're going to be comparing a broker that charges you $10 to buy a stock versus one that charges you $4.95, I'm going to go with the $4.95. In case you don't know what commissions are, it is basically an amount that the broker will take from you because they're the ones who are actually going to the stock market exchange to buy or to sell your actual stocks. Now, because Questrade has a bunch of different things that you can invest in, we're going to talk about the specific commission fees later on in the end of the video, so make sure that you stay tuned. This brings me to the other pro about Questrade. It is absolutely free to buy exchange traded funds, or ETFs in short. Think of ETFs as mutual funds that are actually traded on the stock market. This is a lot better because instead of having to go to the bank, talk to a financial advisor, and all that stuff is just a waste of time. Why do all of that stuff where you could just go to the stock market and literally buy ETFs? If you want more information about the different types of mutual funds, including ETFs, check out the video in the top right corner, which will explain everything that you need to know about this topic. This may be awesome, but here's the catch. Now, it might be free to buy ETFs, but when it comes down to selling them, you still have to pay a commission fee. This still is not bad considering that you're saving 50% of commissions when it comes down to buying ETFs, which is why I consider it more of a pro than it is a con. Another pro that I love about Questrade is that it is so easy to use and it's very simple to understand. I know this because I have two different accounts with Questrade. The first one took me 20 minutes to open and the second one literally didn't even take me 5 minutes. Plus, navigating around the different features that Questrade has to offer is just a very easy and simple process. Another pro about Questrade is that you can buy initial public offerings, short for IPOs. Think of IPO as a fancy way of saying that a company is about to make its debut to the stock market. A perfect example of an IPO was the company Snowflake, which did this a couple of weeks ago. And another perfect example is the highly anticipated Airbnb IPO. Right now, if you try to look through all the stock market exchanges, you will not find Airbnb. When it comes to the day that it will IPO, you will then find it. Now, with Questrade's IPO Center, it gives you the first-hand opportunity to buy these IPOs before they're even released to the public. Now, the bad thing is that it is only available for Canadian-based companies. This means that both you and I are gonna have to wait to buy Airbnb like everybody else. Another pro that some people might actually find a con about Questrade is that they offer you margin buying power. Margin is just taking a loan out from your broker to make investment decisions, and obviously, as with any loan, you have to pay interest on them. Now, keep in mind that with margin, it also carries another risk on top of the interest, and this is something that is called a margin call. With a margin call, if your loaned position goes down in value, and these guys end up calling a margin call, that means that they have the right to sell any of the other stocks that you have in order to fill that position. If you're confused, don't even worry, we're gonna make a completely different video. You don't really have to worry about this right now, especially if you are a beginner investor. Another pro that I really like about Questrade is that it is simple for everybody to use. No matter what your strategies are, no matter how you analyze a stock, Questrade offers you anything that you would like. For example, if you end up buying stocks based on patterns that you see in a chart, also known as technical analysis, you can download a software that Questrade offers called IQ Edge. Now, if you day trade, swing trade, or even do long-term trades based on chart patterns, you're gonna love this software. Now, keep in mind for IQ Edge, you would have to download it onto your computer in order to use it, but nonetheless, this is awesome and this is actually the software that I use. But if you're the type of investor who likes to look at financial statements and things of that nature, also known as a fundamental analyst, Questrade offers something called market intelligence, which gives you insights to companies' financial reports and a lot of things that you will find valuable. Now, I hope I didn't bore you guys, because we're just getting to the good stuff. Two more bros about Questrade. The first one being that you can convert Canadian dollars into US dollars and vice versa using a very simple process called Norbert's Gambit. I've been using Norbert's Gambit to literally convert my money with no issues whatsoever. And if you want to learn more about this, check out the video in the top right corner. I usually use this method because you save a lot more than the conversion fees that banks or other brokers will charge you. And lastly, dividend to reinvestment plans, also known as DRIPs, are available through Questrade. As we've mentioned many times throughout the channel, dividends are when a company will pay you for investing within their company. Another part about this that I really like is that there are no commissions charged to you if you decide to enroll within this DRIP. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty, the cons of Questrade. Now, as we mentioned earlier in the video, let's talk about the inactivity fee that Questrade will charge you. Basically, under a situation where you have less than $1,000 in your account, or you do not make any trades within a quarter, you will get charged $24.95 every quarter. Don't even worry though, there are a couple of ways that you can actually avoid this, and we'll go through a couple of them right now. So if you deposit $150 to every single account that you have with Questrade, or if you buy or sell at least one share of a stock throughout the quarter, you do not have to worry about this inactivity fee. Now, this may be a problem to people who have already maxed out their TFSAs or RRSPs. So if you find yourself in this situation, don't worry, there's a couple of more ways you could avoid this inactivity fee. If you subscribe to a market data package that Questrade offers, you can also avoid this inactivity fee. These data packages are more suited towards day traders and swing traders because all they really offer you is just live prices of stocks of what they're trading at. Another advantage about these market data packages is that you could actually save on your commissions. So instead of you paying $4.95 per trade, you would be down at 1 penny per share, which saves you huge amounts of money. Now, if you still don't fit any of this criteria, there is one last exception, and this is if you're younger than 25 years old. If not, then you're honestly just gonna have to buy or sell a share at least once every quarter to somewhat avoid this inactivity fee. Now, in case you are curious about those data packages I was just talking about, Questrade offers 4 different packages. The basic package, which is already for free, and I'm pretty sure you automatically have it. The enhanced data package, which is $19.95 Canadian a month. Then you have the advanced US and the advanced Canadian data, which is $89.95 in their respective currencies. These advanced data packages are the only ones that will give you this reduced commission fee structure, so please keep that in mind. If you want to know more about these data packages, I've put a link in the description below where you could check out for more information. And let's review the commission fees that Questrade charges for each of their investment products. For stocks and ETFs, the minimum is $4.95 per trade, up to a maximum of $9.95 a trade. And as we discussed before, if you have any of their advanced market data packages, then your commission fee is 1 penny per share. And also with a little note that ETFs can be bought for free. With IPOs, bonds, and GICs, you can purchase this commission free, but you have to have a minimum of $5,000. When it comes down to options, on the other hand, to buy or sell, you would have to pay $9.95 plus $1 for each and every single contract that you have. And just for your reference, one contract is equivalent to 100 shares of a stock. And if you are exercising an options contract, you would have to pay $24.95. Don't worry if you don't know anything about options, this is probably something that we'll make a video about in the near future. Now, for mutual funds. Now, to buy or sell these babies, you gotta pay up $9.95 to buy and another $9.95 to sell. And there might be a rebate processing fee of $29.95 per month. Now, don't ask me about this specifically because they don't really specify this and I'm not really into mutual funds. It's just more of an ETFs thing for me. So you'd probably have to ask them this on the chat just to confirm for your sake. And lastly, precious metals such as gold and silver for $19.95 US per trade. Now, before we end this video, here's question of the day. What type of investing are you planning to do with Questrade? Let me know your answers in the comment section down below. I can't wait to hear from all you guys. Anyways, Z community, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is me, Azizz, signing out. Peace.